Well,
okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about what worked first.
Or actually, why don't you explain the problem and then...
Oh yeah, can you guys go first? Because mine is gonna all over.
Okay, I'll go over. So the problem they had was Dylan has 12 treats to give to Bob the dog.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be.
Oh, it is, right?
Oh.
Haley gives Bob the dog 3 more treats. Bob the dog eats 2 treats. How many treats does Bob the dog have? So I think what worked was they're actually working on word problems right now. I guess what worked was, they didn't get it. None of them got it right the first time. Because I think they were a little tripped up by the wording, and it was, they added, the numbers were 12, 3, and 2, but they added all the numbers up. Because I think they were reading it wrong. They were having trouble differentiating, what subtraction and what addition is. So they ended up just adding all of it. And I guess what worked was I sat down and kind of walked him through, if Bob the dog eats the 2 treats, is he adding more or is he taking the treats away? So then I had to break it down for them, and then they're like, "Oh, he ate it, so that means there's less." So and one of the strategies the kids used was I said, "Use your fingers." So he drew the fingers on the paper. I don't know, he drew it on the paper, and then he counted. I don't know. He used pictures to figure it out. Yeah, but I had to sit and walk him through it.
Sure. So my problem was there are 17 cupcakes in the box. Kevin ate 9 cupcakes. How many cupcakes are left? So I gave it to 2 students. One, she got it right off the bat. So yeah, she counted with her fingers, and basically she counted in her head, and she got the answer right. But this other girl, she, I think, honestly, she set up the problem right, because she wrote 17 minus 9. But obviously 17 minus 9 is not 7. So yeah. But a good thing is, she even labels her units 7 cupcakes, which is good.
That's really smart.
Yeah. So, I think what worked for the one who got it right is that she thought it through. She used her head and she counted fingers. So it's kind of like a double safety net kind of. Yeah. That's it.
Well, my problem is actually similar to yours. I had a different one in the beginning, but they didn't understand it, so then I switched it. So mine is Cody had 15 cookies. He ate 5 of them. How many cookies does Cody have left? So the first girl that I gave the problem to, she actually divided 15 by 5. Because my theory is that because we've been working on multiplication and division, and we rarely ever go to addition and subtraction word problems, she automatically assumed that it was division or multiplication. Because I first gave her an addition problem and she multiplied. So, but she had a thought process for it. She used her fingers as well. She separated them into groups for dividing, which is what you do for division, but this, she didn't solve it correctly. But the others, they also used their fingers and they did the counting on. So they started from, actually, they counted down with their fingers. So they started with 15 and then counted down 14, 13, 11, 12, 11, 10. Let's see. But she originally didn't know how to do it and she thought it was multiplication or division. And then she switched and read it again and then she knew it was subtraction. But another one was grouping. He knew that 15 is made up of 5 and 10, so he automatically knew that he already had taken away 5, so the answer was 10. So he kind of did the reverse too, where he checked it and he did 5 plus 10 equals 15. And then the other student, he already knew the strategy. He just thought it, he had it memorized and did the invented algorithm. He goes, I just know it. And I go, you didn't have to use any other strategies? No, I just knew it. And I said, okay. Yeah. A lot of counting on him.
Did you guys want to add anything?
I guess.
Oh yeah, what did it work, or what would we do differently, or anything?
I think I would make, instead of a word problem, I think I would make it way more simple. There's too many words in it, and I think it was too much for them to process.
To see the actual strategy. Yeah.
Maybe too complex, even though they've been working on this kind of stuff. So I don't know. Maybe they were shy.
Oh, what I saw my teacher do, she actually did kind of the same thing, but she just used numbers. So she did 5 plus 5. Underneath it was 5 plus 6, 5 plus 7, 5 plus 8. And she went through each one. So the first one, 5 plus 5, they automatically knew because they know their tens, that 5 plus 5 equals 10. And then she moved on to 5 plus 6. And then from there, the kids knew like 5 plus 5 and add 1. And then they were also counting on their fingers. But that way, they were already giving her the strategies. Like, they were giving tons of strategies, but they didn't have to, like you said, rely on the words, so they weren't confused about how to solve it. And then I also added, like, how did you know it was subtraction? And then they said, oh, well, because he ate it. But they didn't know because what does he have left? They knew it was subtraction because he ate it. You can only eat cookies. You can't spit out cookies. So I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. So, yeah, I think I would, like you said, I would try with just numbers to see their thinking process, because then you're adding on an extra layer.
Yeah.
But, I think for my problem, the second student who got it wrong, she seemed almost like disinterested in doing it. Maybe if I...
Was there something going on distracting her, or like she...
Actually, yeah, like we were in a library and there were 2 people off to the side. So I wonder if it was that, or maybe just like the fact that there's just all words and numbers. Like maybe I should incorporate a cupcake or something, you know, just
like
to make
visuals?
it more appealing, and just to kind of like, you know, amp up her internal motivation. So yeah,
No, that's a great suggestion, because mine just looks like words too.
Yeah. Or giving them maybe some stickers or some blocks or other things. Like they said in the video, that if you give them more tools and they're more inclined to do something, right? They're not limited.
right. No, yeah. In my class, we're using like those tens blocks, and then you can pull them apart. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. So.
Yeah.